everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Rachel Aust, and today I've got another installment in the Minimalism series for you. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite things, which is scheduling and organizing and getting more out of your day. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, don't forget to hit subscribe because I do upload every week, and if you do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up because it does help me out a lot. Okay, so I'll just explain. The reason I'm putting this as part of the Minimalism series is because I feel like minimalism encompasses way more areas of your life than just your physical possessions, which is what a lot of people seem to think. A lot of people think it's about owning as little as possible, but it's also about having a good budget. It's also about organizing your time, in a good manner and figuring out how to get more out of your day and do more of the things that you enjoy. Basically, I'm just going to go through my mindset when it does come to writing my own schedule for myself, and hopefully that will help you guys figure out your schedule. I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions. 1. What do you want to accomplish? 2, what things are important to you and make you happy? Is it finding more time to spend with your family or your friends? Or is it having time for art or music or having more time to study? 3, what are you going to have to do to get those things? And 4, what unnecessary things are you saying yes to in your day that you probably should be turning down? Now, I've sort of written a beginner's guide to scheduling, if you want to call it that. I've got 20 steps here, don't worry. It sounds like a lot, but I've sort of broken them down into easily manageable tasks. Your schedule does not have to be as rigid as mine. I find that I have to keep mine very organized and even down to minute tasks, because otherwise I spend too long on something or not enough time on something else. And so this is just the way that I've found works for me. If you are new to this and you find that method a little bit overwhelming, perhaps you could start by scheduling a couple of things through the week, and then you could break that down more into your day, and then you can start breaking it down into the hours like I do. I know some people see it as like rigid and I guess not fun and really strict and obsessive, but for me, I find it super relaxing to know that I have a whole schedule there because everything is planned. I know what I have to do, I know the things that I have to get done in that time, and I'm not stressing about forgetting something. I also find when I do have a schedule and I stick to it, I find more free time throughout my day because I'll get tasks done a little bit quicker than I thought I would. Having that list there, I can just quickly zoom through everything, and then I've got a little bit of time left over for things like videos or photos or just whatever I want to create that day. This task might be a bit of a big one, so if you can't do it for the whole week, do it for a few days. Just record everything that you're doing. It doesn't have to be crazy in detail, but at least put down a couple of hour blocks and find what you're spending your time on, because you might find that you're spending tons of time watching TV or you're spending way too long on YouTube. This is about figuring out your bad habits and where you're letting your time go to waste. I know personally, the biggest waste of my time is when I go to our training studio and I work out, and then I get stuff sorted for the trainers, and then I end up hanging around for an extra hour talking to them. I know that's where I waste my time, but at the same time, I need to have those bonds with the trainers because they work for us. After you've recorded those few days or that week and you've figured out where you're wasting a lot of your time, you're going to write a list of all the things that you want to accomplish in this month. And do that every month. Just every month write a list of all the bigger tasks that you want to get done, because those big tasks, you can't just do them in one hit. Usually they're things that you have to break down into smaller elements. And that way, when you are doing your planning and your scheduling, you'll remember that you need to make time to work on those big things that you want to accomplish. Create a routine. Try and wake up roughly around the same time each day. Try to go to bed roughly the same time each day. Of course, make some exceptions for yourself, but if you can get yourself into a habit of waking up at a certain time, getting up, having your breakfast, like doing your emails, or just whatever you want to do, find a routine for yourself that works. Plan your day the night or day beforehand so that when it comes to the day, you know exactly what you're doing. Different ways are going to work for different people. I switch between different methods depending on how busy my day is going to be. So sometimes if it's a pretty relaxed day where I'm, working at home, but I just have a couple of things to do, and then I'll be spending like a bulk of my time working on one project, I'll just use my phone, and I typically use like the iCal calendar because it's pretty simple, and I haven't found any others that are to my liking. Like, I've tried so many different apps, and I just end up going back to iCal because it's easy, it syncs with my computer easily, all that sort of thing. And I'll schedule my day in that, and I just make time allowances in there of what I want to be doing. A way that I've really been liking lately is because it's a new financial year, I decided to try out a new method, and I got a financial year planner calendar book thing. It's like a day to a page, and I've just been drawing out my day and also including my to-do list on that page as well, so everything is all in the one place. Schedule your day in blocks, so just think of the time allowances as little blocks that you have to stick to, and the tasks that you have to get done should be done in those times. Allow for interruptions. This is a really important one because if you try and schedule every single last minute, you're going to fail. I guarantee it. Things come up, phone calls, meetings, run over time. Traveling somewhere might take a little longer. Just allow yourself little exceptions where time doesn't go exactly the way you want it to go. The way that I get around this is I try and start my schedule. So for example, I'll start something at 8 a.m. and I'll finish it at 10 a.m. and the next thing will start at 10 a.m. and go until 11 a.m. because it might not take that full block of an hour or 2 hours, but just in case things run a little bit over, a little bit under, I have a rough guideline of where I want them to start and stop. So if I know that something is going to take me about 45 minutes, I'll just put an hour down anyway, just in case I have some interruptions. Put your annoying tasks first. Doing the dishes, cleaning the floor, whatever. Whatever you hate doing, put that first, get it out of the way, and you will feel so relieved and you'll stop procrastinating. If possible, make block allowances for meetings and appointments. Make block time for your emails. I really like to try and get back to inbox zero whenever I can. It's getting harder and harder lately, but if you can get to inbox zero, which is just like clearing everything out, making sure everything is sorted, do it. I find personally for me, the best time to answer emails is at night because then I can answer my emails. That's done, like I don't have to worry about it, and then I can sleep easily. Block out time for exercise. You guys always know that I'm gonna tell you to do this because I feel like you need to exercise. Everybody needs exercise as part of their day. And there's no point trying to get all this stuff done and be like chasing down your dreams and, you know, doing whatever with your life if you're not gonna even look after your body to be well when you get there. Have a blocked out time for your to-do list. So I love writing lists. I love it. I love that satisfaction of when you tick off a task. So make sure there's time in your day, even if it's just like 20 minutes or something, to block off time to do the tasks in your to-do list. Otherwise, those sorts of things will just slip away. If you're just starting getting into scheduling and being like pretty strict with how your day is going to go so that you do have more free time, set an alarm on the hour every hour just so you can refocus and figure out what you're meant to be doing again. Because you may find that you'll be doing something and then you fall off track and then the next thing you know you're on like Reddit or something. So if you have that alarm going on the hour every hour, you can refocus, check your schedule and get back to what you're meant to be doing. When you stop work, actually stop. If you've got a break scheduled in your day, try your best to actually take that break. If you stop work at night, I don't care if it's 6 o'clock at night or if it's 9 o'clock at night, if you said you're going to stop work then, stop work then. Don't burn yourself out. At the end of each day, review your day. I don't care whether if you're writing your schedule, maybe like tick across it or something, but just go through it and make sure you've gotten a lot of this stuff done. If you haven't, maybe sit down, have a think, well, why didn't I get this done? What did I get interrupted by? Is that a regular occurrence? And how can I prevent it from happening tomorrow? Now you're also going to write yourself a to-do list. So there's a few different ways you can do this, which leads into my next tip, which is find the way that this works for you. I even change mine depending on my mood or, you know, just whatever I have to do in that day. So some days I will sit and I'll just write one list, like one big list from most important to least important. Lately, when I've been using that new financial year planner thing, I've had 6 of the most important tasks on the right hand side of the page, and I'll go through and make sure that those things have to be, like, they have to get done. There is no choice other than to get those done during that day. And then in my blocked out time schedule, I have all the little tasks that I want to try and do during that time that I have scheduled for that activity. Another way that you can do this is by drawing up a grid. I don't find this method useful because I have a lot of tasks and I tend to get stuck on one grid and then I forget to look at the others, but you might find it works really well for you. So you divide your page up into 4, then you have a grid of important and urgent, unimportant and urgent, unimportant and not urgent, and important but not urgent. And then you can put your tasks into those different categories and it will help you figure out what needs to be done sooner and what needs to be done later. Something that I really like to do is put a little dollar symbol next to any revenue-based activity. So if it's something that has to be done, like if I'm gonna lose money by not doing this, I need to know about it. Another point, if it's a task that takes less than 2 minutes and you can do it immediately, then do it immediately. And that's not to say, you know, fall off track of your schedule all the time. If it's something really, really quick. And it's normally more important to do this if there's someone else relying on you for an answer or for you to get back to them. If you're having trouble sticking to your schedule and you find that you end up on social media a lot, try turning your phone to airplane mode or just turning it off. And my last point is to not entertain self-doubt. It's really easy to look at all the things that you have to get done in a day and think that it's not possible. I know for myself, for studying, for running Eat, Run, Lit, for getting Blank Living still set up, for trying to do all my cooking, for trying to make videos and trying to have time for my own stuff as well, like, you know, taking photos and hanging out with my boyfriend and all that sort of thing. It can be really hard. And you might have different challenges in your life. So you might be at school still, or you might be working a job where you have to work 12-hour shifts, or maybe you have kids or something like that. But you can still make a schedule out of your day, and it's important not to listen to that voice that says that you can't. Once you start putting together your schedule and actually sticking to it, you'll find that you'll be able to have the time for the activities that you want to do, be able to work a little bit more on the projects that you want to get done as well. Most people have a goal that they want to achieve, whether that's setting up an awesome new project or maybe just finding more time to relax, and a schedule can help you do that. I hope some of these tips were useful to you. It's just my sort of method of creating a schedule for myself. If you are new, don't forget to hit subscribe, and you can find me on all my other social media. I will pop the links up on the screen here. But for now, I hope you guys are all doing really well, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!